When did you first get to know that people were talking about it, you are gay?
I'm not going to bed every woman in town to prove my sexuality. I've done 47 films, 7,000 fashion shows, first Mr. India. So I already had a lot of fame. A lot of top-notchers tried to have a lobby and pull me down.
Khatas between you and Amitabh Bachchan.
Jay said, Abhishek, this is Deepak uncle. Touch his feet, take his blessings. They would be very nice, but he would be a little off. This is the industry, this is how it goes. And one has to just take it as it comes. I can't pinpoint that, because nobody's told me that Raj has done this.
No heartbreak when it came to Ranjeeta?
Obviously in touch. And all the actresses, Poonam.
And you fell in love with Poonam also?
I fall in love with every. Zeenat जैसी कोई लड़की नहीं.
Temptation तो हुआ होगा?
कभी कभी नहीं होता ना. You like someone, but it doesn't work out. I could have been more intelligent here, but I'm quite dumb.
Times Network welcomes you, Deepak Parashar. It's lovely meeting you. Trust me, I have seen your films ever since I was in college. And let me straight get to the point that you were so handsome. You were so handsome, the way you spoke. I remember two dialogues which are resonating in my ears. The way you said Bombay in Nikaah. And in that same movie, you said La Hawla Wala Quwwat. You know, that voice, that tonality was so stylish.
Yes.
Of course, you were Mr. India. But,
yes.
But how did it all fall in place so well? Was it the movie that did so well right away? Nikaah, or was it B.R. Chopra's guidance? What ticked it all off?
I think the whole script, when it came to me, and I'd earlier done some work with him in Saaf Ka Tarazu. I was very excited about that, though my favorite Zeenat Aman was there, who had crowned me Mr. India also, and she was Miss Asia. So when this, that was the reason why I did that film. It's only because of Zeenat. And I didn't want to do the negative character because उन दिनों में कुछ छाप सी लग जाती थी. If you've done a villain-ish kind of a character. So I prefer to do the hero. And
so he had offered you the negative role?
And no, he didn't offer.
Raj Babbar's role?
No, he didn't. But I was happy with what he had offered. And subsequently, I did some more work with him. I did a film called Tawaif with Rakhee and Rishi Kapoor. And I was opposite Poonam Dhillon. So I had done a lot of work with him, but there was something cooking in Chopra Saab's mind.
That's exactly why I asked you, some guidance from him, because it was showing on you. It was something that you had so inherent, something trained. I don't know whether it was inherent or trained, but something which was so visible.
Yeah, but what happened, Vicky? He was a very introvert kind of a personality.
Yeah.
Very literate, very fond of reading novels and books and things like that. So I used to always ask him that, what do? You wake up at 3 o'clock and you're sending me a good morning, son. It was like a son term. So he says कि दीपक बात ऐसी है कि मेरे दिमाग में अगर कोई cheez ghar kar jaye, even when I'm sleeping, then I just wake up and I do it. And I'm working on something which is very interesting, and it's called Talaq, Talaq, Talaq.
That was the previous title.
So that was the title.
Former title.
So I said कि मैं हूँ ना. So he says कि you are going to play one of the very, very pivotal roles, and the lead role. What Raj Babbar was very prominent in Insaf Ka Tarazu, you will be very prominent in this film.
Mm-hmm.
Later on, then of course they changed it to Nikaah, and slowly, since I was very close to him, I used to go to the office quite often, and I would participate in meetings with Rahi Masoom Raza and other people, and there were story sessions going on, and then they were asking Rekha date nahi de rahi, so what do we do
For Nikaah.
for Nikaah? So it was basically
They had approached her.
Rekha, myself, and Raj Babbar.
Mm-hmm.
So then, मेरे सामने ही one secretary came and he said that, sir, sorry to disturb you. I believe you're making a film, and I have a Pakistani actress, Salma Aga, who's also a singer, and she's downstairs waiting. He said, बुलाओ बुलाओ ऊपर बुलाओ.
पहले ऐसे ही होता था ना, सेक्रेटरी आ जाता था, बोलते लेके आया.
Not like today.
Yeah.
So she came up, and instantly there was an exchange of look between Chopra Sahab and me. So I said, so he said, yeah. So then that's how it was decided on a flash of a moment that they'll take her. But her singing, we were not sure that she would be singing her songs. But later on, I got to know, I wasn't there, I got to know that she's going to be singing also. When I heard her voice, which Chopra Sahab had recorded on his phone or something, how वो छोटे कैसेट्स होते थे उस दिन, तो सुनाया, तो मैंने कहा ये तो बिल्कुल नूरजहां टाइप, you know, voice and all that.
Yeah.
So मैंने कहा, I don't know whether it'll work or not. He says, I'm telling you it'll work. And it'll work only in this film.
Achha.
Oh, he was so confident about it. So that's how Salma was casted. And then we had a lot of meetings, sittings, story sittings, acting scenes together. Because she was raw completely. And Raj was there, I was there. So we used to kind of have a homework kind of atmosphere, and we used to report almost every day. And he wanted to complete the movie in 40 days. So that's how this happened. But there was a big challenge that a similar subject was being made by Jitendra. And I think Tina Muneem was there, Didare Yar.
Yeah.
So it was also a Muslim kind of a background.
Yeah.
So I said कि बड़े महारथी actors, हम तो सब नए हुए हैं.
Big budget film.
So big budget film. But to everybody's shock, Nikaah hit the jackpot.
Yeah.
And it's done over 200 weeks. And that got me the Best Actor Award for Indo-Pakistan award night. So I won many, many awards for my performance in Nikaah. So Nikaah and Sharabi, I would say, also I had a lot of acclaim.
But you did a lot of films in between. And to an ardent fan, that would be a little disappointing. You know, some movies which I don't know whether they released or they didn't release, I mean, I was just going through some names, and you know, Hai Kaun Wo, Khuni Murda, Aaja Re O Sajna. There was a phase soon later which took you on some other track.
That was my biggest mistake because I didn't know there was a lobby operating against me. And I had employed a secretary, Mr. Bali, who was offered to me by Riku. Riku was, I think, Ranjeeta's secretary and also looking after Raj Babar. So he said, I'm tied up with these two, so I'm giving you someone. So he gave that someone. But that someone started getting me B-grade kind of films. And the start was horror films. So I said, chalo, maza aayega. I'll do one horror film. But there were 7 brothers. So they all wanted me to do one film with them. So that was the phase. But otherwise, I've done 47 films.
Yeah.
And I've done 63 soap operas, 67 actually. And 7,000 fashion shows, catwalks. First Mr. India, Giorgio Armani, YSL. I was the in-house model. So I already had a lot of fame. And what really brought fame was the Vimal suitings belonging to Reliance, Dhirubhai Ambani. So I was already popular. And the whole industry underlined saw some kind of competition in me. Mr. India, famous, very good looking, and acts well. So a lot of top-notchers, tried to have a lobby and pull me down. And they used Bali. So Bali would not get me
the cream.
He would get me the leftovers. And I got into that net. So that was my mistake.
But I should have. You couldn't evaluate the film at the script level?
No, see, I'm an army officer's son. And I'm not so well versed with the media and the film industry. So I really didn't know that, aisa bhi hota hai. So I took everybody for face value. And I realized later, before I signed Sharabi, that I went on the wrong track. It's okay doing horror films, there's nothing wrong. Abhi bhi ek film aayi hai, Shaitan, which I saw the other day.
Which is doing very
well.
Yeah.
And then there was a film, I think, Nagin, in which there were a host of actors.
Yeah.
Jitendra se leke,
Yeah.
you name it, and everybody.
Rajkumar
Kohli.
Yeah.
तो उसमें बहुत से थे, तो मैंने कहा ठीक है, this is also fine, but I could have and I should have been more intelligent here, but I'm quite dumb. So I just accepted what came and I took people for face value. पैसे के बात करते तो मुझे कुछ आइडिया ही नहीं है कितना पैसा लेना क्या करना. So because you see, I'm not money minded, so I was here to do a job. I wanted good script, I wanted good writers, good production houses. Like Sultan Ahmed also I had worked with. Prakash Mehra I worked with. This B-grade phase of about 7-8 films out of the 47 films got broken by a very dear friend, Padmani Kapila, who was very friendly with Prakash Mehra. and said, why don't you take Deepak in your new project? Prakash was making a film called Jadugar. So Aarti Sundarnath and Kailash Sundarnath's wife, she and me used to model together. So we were casted in Jadugar. But later on, everything changed, and Mr. Bachchan was casted in it. So it was disheartening.
You were supposed to do the title role.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was supposed to do the title role, and they had done the Mahurat with me and Aarti. But I think after only a few days, I read in the papers.
You didn't pick up the phone and talk to Mr. Prakash Mehra?
I called him over. He used to come over quite often.
And?
So he said that earlier we were making it a smaller budget film. But now we have an opportunity, and I have a lot of distributors. Distributors बहुत होते थे. So I have distributors and all that. They want a big star cast. So we are going for the topmost. So Amitabh is in.
But it turned out to be a big folly, because at the same time, Mr. Manmohan Desai was making Tufan.
Yes.
And what we know is that both the films are pretty similar.
Yeah, similar, and I don't think they did well.
And they both crashed.
Yeah, they didn't do well. And but then I was promised at that stage.
I mean, I don't know who started it first or who started it later.
I don't remember either.
I mean, both can have their share of...
They were released aage piche.
Yeah.
But they had almost the same
Eventually they were all
thing.
mounted at the same
absolutely.
story.
But Prakash had promised me that he'll give me something very interesting, which was in Sharabi. And I was quite happy with it. So it was nice.
But you know, I saw one of your interviews and you mentioned that there was a magazine which you wrote that, you know, move over Amitabh Bachchan, here comes Deepak Parashar.
Yes.
And that created a little bit of khatas, you said in the interview.
Yes.
Between you and Amitabh Bachchan.
Yes.
What was that khatas? I mean, could you sense it? Did you speak to him? Did you all stop talking to each other?
Jaya and Abhishek would, obviously we would bump into parties together. They would be very nice, but he would be a little off, like that. But Jaya was in, Deepak, how are you? Abhishek, this is Deepak uncle. Touch his feet, take his blessings. So it was that. So I started feeling that he is holding something against me.
After the article was published?
After the article, yes. But I didn't know him before that. Did I meet him? I don't remember.
And then when you worked with him in Sharabi?
Yeah. So I worked with him, and I wanted to sort it out. You know, that I respect you a lot, which I do even now, because he's a tremendous actor. His timing is so perfect. And you give him any role, he is fabulous. I've learned a lot from him, and I'm grateful, you know, getting the opportunity of working with him. But he chose not to mention that khatas thing that you're talking about. He didn't talk about it, I didn't talk about it. So I thought it's best that when he's cordial with me, I'm cordial with him. And he was...
You didn't go and start the topic?
No.
You initially thought so?
I thought...
But later you held yourself back?
Yeah, I thought pack up ke baad, you know. But then lunch break we were all sitting together, and I wanted to bring it up. But then there were too many people. So that never, I said, let it go.
But there must have been many lunch breaks.
There were many?
Lunch breaks. I mean...
Lunch breaks? No, what lunch break?
No. You must have shot for many days.
For many days,
yeah.
But always there were people around.
Okay.
You know. So I decided not to get the topic. As long as he's okay, he's fine, he's working with me. He's not giving me a cold shoulder. फिर वो खुरेदने वाली बात हो जाती है, उसकी जरूरत नहीं थी.
उसके बाद कभी आप लोग मिले, like the way you said?
बहुत बार. But it's a very formal kind of,
After that also?
That's it, yeah. But his wife, Jaya, and everyone, they're all fabulous. So that's it.
There were some portions or some angles from where I saw yesterday an interview of you with Tabassum ji.
Yes.
And there were shades when, the camera zips left and right.
Yeah.
Your hairstyle, your face, your side face looks like Amitabh Bachchan in some portions.
Really?
Yes, it does.
That's a compliment. Shake hand.
Thank you. But there was, you said a very cute statement in one of the interviews.
Yeah.
That I want to do whatever he does.
Yes. I still want to do that. Whatever Amitji does. And
so
now,
you're so fond of his work.
Yeah.
Unarguably. I mean, of course.
I like his choice of work he chooses. That's what impresses me. And I know what he is doing, I can also do. Maybe not better, but I can, make a mark. Another person is Anil Kapoor, who was my junior. And we were in Roshan Taneja's acting class together.
Yeah.
And I used to be the star. I was earning 150 rupees.
Yeah.
These people had 10, 20 rupees. So they used to always tell me, a cutting pe launa, a cutting pe launa. So it was like that. But now I feel Anil is also doing good work.
Have you met him recently?
Yeah, he came for my wedding. And so did Sunny Deol. Very well attended wedding.
Yeah.
My wedding.
Did you invite Mr. Bachchan for the wedding?
No, I didn't.
Jaya ji, Abhishek, they were so close to you, in a way.
I invited only people who I was working with at that point in time.
At that point of time?
Yeah. Sunil Dutt, because he was a frequent visitor with Chopra Saab. And I was like a son to him. So I did invite Dutt Saab. But one person who just came out of the blue, I am shocked. That was Rajkumar.
Wow.
He just walks into the lobby and he sees Deepak weds Sarita. So he just walks. भाई हम तो आ गए, हमको बुलाया नहीं, पर हम तो आ गए. It's so nice of him, so sweet of him.
Absolutely.
And that was a moment I can never forget.
But you were not working with Anil Kapoor at that time. I mean, you invited him. Like you said, you invited only those people.
I did a small cameo with him in one film.
Around that time?
Yeah, around that time. But Anil goes back to Roshan Taneja days. You see? So we used to meet once in a while. And that's how I invited him. And he did come. And in fact, when I met with this fatal accident in Dubai, he was the first one to show up. He came home. Raj, who I thought would not come, because somewhere I feel that he also was in that lobby, but he also came. Jayaprada was my neighbor. She used to come and sit with me for 4 hours, doing her makeup and gup-shup with me, spend time with me. So that's that.
How was it with Raj Babu? You all did so many films.
Nice, आज भी मिलता है, बहुत बहुत प्यार से मिलता है और बिल्कुल झुक के नमस्ते करता है. And he's very nice with me. So I can't pinpoint that, because nobody's told me that Raj has done this. But हर एक्टर के पीछे एक टीम होती है. Now that team अपने एक्टर को उठाने के लिए they start nonsense and how to pull the other person down.
And the actor doesn't come to know if a team does this?
I don't think so.
You spoke about your wedding.
Yeah.
I have to get there. I mean, your wife, you haven't been in touch with for nearly 33, 34 years. She just walked out one day.
Yes.
I mean, after you came back from that accident
Yeah.
in the boat
Yeah.
during Nikaah.
Yeah.
I mean, did you not try to call her? Did she never try to call you? Were there no relatives in between?
If somebody elopes, then how do you get
She
in touch?
eloped.
Yes.
Okay.
With my daughter.
Okay.
And though she had said that now you met with an accident and I don't think you're going to work again, and I married you for glamour and things like that.
But this suddenly came up. Initially, she never said this.
No. We were very happy. We had a daughter and everything was fine. But मेरा बुरा वक्त था when I met with this accident. I got 380 stitches in my leg. I was going to have my leg amputated, which didn't happen. And there's no foreign rod or anything because my mother's a Mata Bhakt. So, koi operation nahi, kuch nahi. But yeah, there are 4 big gashes on my leg with 380 stitches. Or बहुत painful. Because every second day cleanup used to happen. So एक stitch ko they would, clean. So I went through hell.
You have pictures of your daughter?
Recent? No.
Not, of course, recent because she hasn't contacted you.
Yes, I have. हमने हवन किया था. So I have a picture when she was, I think, 2 months or so.
You know where they stay, where they are?
Nothing.
Vaguely?
Nothing. Because the whole marriage was a sham. And I was cheated into the wedding. They told me we've got industries and factories and all over the world and things like that. And she's your fan. So why not you all get married? आपका ज़ीनत अमान के साथ में तो नहीं हुआ. So I said, Zeenat and I were friends. And we shared our joys and sorrows together. And became closer and closer and closer by the day. But my mother, put a full stop to it, saying that you're not so broad-minded. And she is. So you will not be very successful if you marry her. So I was double-minded. But तब तक मैं उससे बात करता. She was in so much of a mess with Abbas.
With
Because
Sanjay
they were
Khan.
having a lot of
You're referring to Sanjay
differences.
Khan?
Sanjay Khan. Because they were having so much of differences and a lot of problems. And all was being discussed in Chopra ji's office. Zeenat would come there because we were working together.
During
and I used
Insaf
to be
Qatar,
a regular there. So I, used to feel very bad for her. So then I stopped pursuing her and letting her absorb the situation and the sorrow that she was going through.
She wanted to hang on to him.
No.
Despite so much.
No. She had decided to cut off.
So she took the call.
And she took the call. And Chopra Sahab also tried to convince her, I also did, that it's better to sort it out. You keep quiet, Deepak. You know nothing. Do you know the agony and the pain I'm going through? And even I'm in a financial mess because at that time I think they were making a film together. I don't remember the name.
Abdullah.
Abdullah. So I think Zeenat was a partner in it. And she also had put in a lot of finance. So they were having a lot of differences. So then Chopra Sahib said that, Jaane dena, she's decided that no more. Fine. So those decisions were taken there in Chopra Sahib's office.
The final decision was taken there.
Yeah. And divorce happened.
Hmm.
Muslims, divorce भी अलग होता है ना. तलाक वो लिख दो.
But that was Sanjay's second marriage.
Sanjay
Was married before.
Zareen
Yeah.
and Zareen and Zeenat, they are two marriages.
Yeah, but he was married to Zareen before Zeenat.
Yeah. Zareen's also a very nice lady. Very nice. Abbas now has sobered down a lot.
You met him recently?
Yes, I met him at Jio Prakash's demise.
Yeah.
And come, say, क्या हाल है? ठीक है? मैंने कहा, हाँ, ठीक है. आप कैसे हो?
You all spoke about Zeenat Aman?
No. At that time saying, Zeenat के साथ क्या हुआ? कितने पैसे तुमने खाए? कितने पैसे उसने लिए? क्या हुआ?
No, I mean something, some pleasantry like,
Nothing.
are you in touch and all that? Yeah.
Why touch somebody's hurting nerve? I didn't. And neither did he.
Are you in touch with Zeenat Aman?
With Zeenat? No. I did a fashion show with her in 2014.
Oh. Just 9
because
years, 10 years.
She's a product of GD Naroji, and so am I. So GD's 75th year or something like that. So we all models of her time.
Yeah.
We were there and we put up a show for Ladli, and Dolly Thakur was the one who organized it. So there was Kavita Bhambani, Sunita Kapoor's sister.
Oh.
So she was also a model. So she was there, Zeenat was there, Nandini Sen was there. Then,
You all started together.
Yeah, then Rosita, myself, Asghar, Firoza, Reina.
What a reunion.
Oh, all these people. And a girl who I had a relationship with, my first relationship, that was Anita Reddy.
Anita Reddy.
She wasn't there because I think she's married probably to the Amrit Raj brothers, and she's in America or somewhere. Lovely girl, very nice.
Why did you not go ahead with her and
No,
probably
because
get married?
I didn't want at that point in time when I was growing into the industry and we were doing a lot of modelings together. At that time, I had told her, I said, look, we connect so beautifully, but I have something that I don't want my wife to be in the same field as me. So if you're harboring any illusions of becoming an actress,
I don't want you to work in the glamour industry.
That won't, make me too happy. But you can do anything else. Designing.
Why was that? I mean, you were a part of this industry, so was something bothering you in particular?
I'd seen a lot of mess where an actor and an actress have been married. I've not seen them very successful.
Okay.
Today times have changed. Look at Deepika and
Ranveer.
Ranveer,
Alia and Ranveer also.
Alia,
Vicky Kaushal, Katrina.
Hrithik,
Vicky and Katrina.
Vicky, Katrina. और कौन है?
बहुत है.
हाँ, जैसे विराट.
Virat is
Kohli.
of course Anushka, yeah.
And
Yeah.
Anushka.
Yeah.
But again, they're in different fields.
Yeah.
So that works.
That you prefer that way.
Yeah, that works.
Hmm.
You know, you're doing your thing, you're doing your thing.
Hmm.
So it didn't work out.
Okay, you didn't go. I mean, you called off your relationship with Zeenat because your mother was explaining to you that you're not so broad-minded.
It is, yeah, I did not call it off, but I stopped pursuing it because I felt that she is too much on her shoulders right now. And she needed to be left alone. And we had a couple of conversations regarding the same. And where she said that, Deepak, I'm not sure whether I want to get into any relationship at the moment because I'm fighting cases and I'm destroyed, I'm devastated. तो वो फिर वैसा ही रह गया, that's it.
But she went on to marry.
Sorry?
She went on to marry later.
Later,
To
Mazhar
Mazhar,
Khan,
yeah.
Mazhar Khan, who was also with Anil Kapoor and me, with Roshan Taneja, he started pursuing her. Heavy duty. He somehow, caught her weakness and her emotions. And suddenly I get to know that they are married. But she had a tough time with him as well.
Yeah.
Zeenat जैसी कोई लड़की नहीं.
You did reach out to her in that tough phase with Mazhar.
You see, I'm an outsider. I don't want to interfere between a husband and wife.
Temptation तो हुआ होगा.
कि दरवाजा खटका के
दरवाजा नहीं, but
इसे
maybe
कुछ किया है?
phone call or something.
नहीं. Once she was married, I wanted her to be settled.
And at the fashion show when you all met in 2014.
Yeah. First question, how's mummy? She passed away. Oh, so sad. Such a lovely lady. Deepak, ये साड़ी कैसे पहनते हैं? They've given me such a heavy duty sari. I have to be a bride. So I said, you've already been a bride. And that was my dream. That you be my bride.
Wow, you told her.
Like that. So then later on, she was leaving. So I helped her carry her bags and everything, set her into the car and things. So I have still feelings for her.
उसके बाद तो फोन करना चाहिए था ना, दोस्ती रखनी चाहिए थी.
हाँ, but then
उसके बाद तो temptation हुआ होगा.
नहीं, she was having a lot of complications with him. Then she was having complications with the children.
Regarding?
अब बच्चों के साथ में क्या complications होती हैं? That kind.
Parenting जो.
Yeah.
As children grow up, yeah.
Yeah. But she is the best mother, best daughter first. Because she really looked after her mother and I'm a witness to it. And then she's a great wife, great mother. And I'm very, very proud of her. And in my last interview with Siddharth, everything was nice, except out of 100 comments, though there were many, how many comments were there? 1,000, 2,000.
Yeah.
Plenty of comments. So everything was positive, but everybody was trying to corner her, which I felt very bad because I didn't say anything nonsense about her or anybody in the interview. Because I'm not here to judge anybody. So that's the time I wanted to actually call her, and tell her that I'm feeling terrible, that papers have once again splashed you all over and things.
Those comments are on YouTube, right?
Siddharth asked me a very strange question. He said, was she two-timing? I said, definitely not. You know, so people are now catching on to that. That Zeenat was two-timing.
You with Sanjay
While
Khan.
married,
You with Sanjay Khan.
yeah. So that bit I don't like. And it's not true. कभी-कभी नहीं होता ना. You like someone, but it doesn't work out.
I'm just digressing a little, but you know, there's a lot of pain in your voice. There is something, I don't know how to describe this, but I'm sure you still love Zeenat.
Pain regarding?
एक दर्द है आवाज में जो मुझे लगता है.
हाँ, दर्द तो बहुत हैं. ज़माने ने बहुत दर्द दिए. किस्मत में भी काफ़ी कुछ ऊपर नीचे किया. I had pleurisy when I was 14, 15. Then I had jaundice, very bad jaundice. Then I had this fatal accident, and it didn't stop there. Then I got cancer. So I've been through a lot. And
But you're a winner. How did you beat
what
the
happened?
biggest deadly cancer?
Sorry?
How did you beat the biggest deadly cancer?
I said, I don't have it.
It's like shutting the door on somebody who has walked in.
Yeah. I said, no, I don't have cancer. And I handled it alone. Alone. ये मेरा nephew अजय महेंद्रू, ये तो अभी 2-2.5 साल से he is with me. He's also an actor by profession and a tremendous actor. But when he was also not there, my brother was in Delhi, my niece was in Delhi. I used to wake up at 4 o'clock and go all the way from Mud Island, where I was staying earlier, to Hinduja for my treatment. Sultan Pradhan was my specialist. And
Oncologist.
Dr. Kannan was the person who did my radiations. And there was no surgery, no chemo, only 35 radiations. I became okay.
How did you?
I lost
sense
my
it?
voice completely at that point. But now I'm fine.
Completely.
आप कैसे हो? क्या हो रहा है? इधर आओ.
How did you sense it that you have this cancer, or what were the early?
I was shooting, and a recordist, because of my seniority, called me inside and said that, Deepak ji, I want to discuss something with you. यहाँ तो आप गरम चाय पियो, यहाँ शहद वाला गरम पानी पियो. मैंने कहा क्यों? कहते हैं I'm not getting a very good recording. And मैं तो suggest करूँगा, show yourself to a throat specialist.
Oh.
So I said, भला है तेरा, मैं कल ही जाके देख लेता हूँ. So I went, that person put me on to someone else. That person put me on to Sultan Pradhan. Sultan Pradhan did, नहीं कुछ नहीं है, we're okay. But I still wanted to do a biopsy. So biopsy was done. And there was a small dot on my vocal cord. So surgery couldn't have happened. So surgery didn't happen. And only radiations and no chemo. So I didn't lose my hair or anything like that. And I told myself, today also I tell myself, कि मेरा दुनिया में कोई नहीं है सिवाय उसके. And when he is there with me, I don't need anybody.
You believe in God.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And more than that, I believe in karma.
It often happens that, you know, when people have too many adverse circumstances in their life, they somehow lose the faith in God. It can happen two ways. Either you start believing too much and you are in love with God more than otherwise, but sometimes you lose faith because itni agar mushkilein aati hai, then people start saying, why me?
So that's a wrong approach. One should be very positive in life. I want to buy shoes, and they're for 50,000. But I couldn't buy it because I didn't have the money. So God told me, what about those people who don't have feet only? You have feet. So think positive. It could have been worse. Things could have been much worse. Today, after 46 years in the film industry, I'm back once again and ready to work.
And you're doing very well in this show, Rai Singhani versus Rai Singhani.
अच्छा लग रहा है ना?
You are doing very well.
तो अब
Is it right that you're going to take a break and they're going to show you going to Sweden and coming back with a different personality?
right now they are working on the script, but when they signed me, they told me that you'll be having different shades to your character, which made it interesting for me. And as a scene I shot today, I'm supposed to go to Sweden for some international business of mine. Now when I come back, and I will, because the whole show is about me, and I'm the Vijay Mallya. And there are 36 cases which are on me, and they're all fighting for that. So all this bunch of lawyers, and the head, which is Rai Singhani, legal, is my son-in-law. And my daughter, only daughter, Radhika, coincidentally, Radhika is my daughter's name also in real life. Oh, I miss her so much. आप दर्द की बात करते हैं ना, सबसे बड़ा दर्द मेरा यही है, और मेरी सबसे रिक्वेस्ट है, ढूंढ दो उसे, कहाँ है, I don't know. तो ये दर्द तो मेरे साथ ही जाएगा. शुरू में मुझे लगा कि 10-12 साल का बच्चा क्या समझेगा. But today she must be 34, 35. Does she want to know her father? Does she not miss that father figure?
Seems the mother, I mean,
माँ ने कुछ भी बोला हो,
completely
रसालों
give
ने,
a certain
magazine
picture
ने
in mind
कुछ भी.
and yeah.
Yeah, you can say the worst about a certain person, but for your own father, wouldn't you want to know his life, his side of the story?
I'm sure she's seeing this interview. She will, or she will see at some point, and she will reach out to you.
I hope so. I pray to God that happens before I leave this world.
So many people love you. In fact, I would urge Radhika, your daughter, to, contact you. And I'm just going back to this phase of yours, when Anita Reddy was there in your life, then
Yes.
Zeenat Aman.
Yes.
There were so many other heroines who were in love with you.
Yes, I wear my heart on my sleeve. I fall in love with everybody. So, all the actresses that I've worked with.
Name 3.
Name 3? Well, Zeenat, Raakhee, Ranjeeta, Sarika. ये तो 4 हो गए ना. इतनी लंबी लिस्ट है यार.
And how many loved you back exactly in the same way as you loved them?
Momentarily, all of them. But film खत्म, bye-bye. So relationship didn't move.
Any serious relationship?
Yeah, Anita Reddy was the most...
No, I mean,
with
amongst
these-
the heroines. Amongst the heroines.
with
Besides Zeenat Aman.
सभी के साथ romantic ही था. They were attracted towards me. I was attracted towards them. शुरुआत तो ऐसी ही होती है. उसके बाद फिर वो बिजी हो जाते हैं, हम बिजी हो जाते हैं, बात नहीं बनती. और शायद मैंने ही अपनी लाइफ में इतना बिजी हो गया that I didn't pursue relationships. And I was too much into and involved in the work that I was doing. And I wanted to make a mark for myself in the industry. That is it.
Okay, let me ask you this way. Zeenat Aman seems to be the most you're fond of.
Still am.
Yes, it's so evident. I mean, I started with Nikaah and you took me straight to Insaf Ka Tarazu back and mentioned Zeenat Aman in almost the third or the fourth sentence of the interview. But if you were to place somebody as close to her or probably a second who loved you also as much as you did, who would it be?
Zeenat would be.
Second after Zeenat. Who comes a close second?
First was Sarita.
Let's keep Anita for aside. I'm talking about the heroines now.
Anita, and then I think Ranjeeta also was very close to me. Ranjeeta Kaur. She was very fond of me, very close to me.
Very popular actress, very good actress.
What a lovely soul.
Yeah.
I don't go for looks. I go for the inner. Zeenat, I went for Zeenat because she's beautiful inside, she's beautiful outside.
No heartbreak when it came to Ranjeeta?
No. So we're still in touch. And all the actresses, Poonam, Dillon, she also traveled with me from Delhi, where she won the Miss Delhi. But she lost it out here. And
you fell in love with Poonam also?
I fall in love with everyone. Gender means nothing to me. For me, इंसान अच्छा होना चाहिए, उसका दिल अच्छा होना चाहिए और जेन्युइन होना चाहिए. जेंडर क्या है? कोई किसी की लाइफ क्या है, मुझे किसी की लाइफ से क्या लेना देना. As long as with me they are genuine, gender makes no difference to me. For me, मेरे अपने हैं. That's it. Which maybe people have misinterpreted in the past. But I'm giving a clarification here that I'm fall in love with everyone.
But how did this misinterpretation start?
How did
it all start?
the lobby? The lobby made it happen.
When did you first get to know that people were talking about it, that you are gay?
I think Devyani called me up. Devyani Chaubal,
journalist.
She called me up and she did a phone interview with me. And she said, I want to do it for Stardust. I want to put you on the cover. But give me some sensational news. So I said, what sensational news? मैं कहा डिम्पल का और राजेश का तो तूने वो स्यापा करा दिया, तो सबके स्यापे कराती रहती है. तो कहती हाँ, but I made them stars. So I said, yeah, that's okay. Now what do you want from me? So she says, Deepak, you know you have a lot of male fan following. I said, yes, and I'm so happy. So I was genuinely happy, that हर बच्चा अपने बाप को ये बोलता था, गिफ्ट देना मेरे को बर्थडे का, विमल का सूट दो. Everybody wanted to become like me.
Yeah.
I was happy about it. So she said that, but everybody is so attracted to you. I said, even the girls are attracted to me. And I love them all. So she said, no, I heard someone say that you are gay. I said, who the hell is that now? She said, no names. But मुझे किसी ने ऐसा बताया है. तो मैं कहा, no, I'm definitely not a homosexual if that's what you're trying to say.
And that was the heading.
She made that the heading for the Stardust to sell.
I'm not gay.
I'm not a homosexual. If you go and check and record, it's in Stardust.
And then you picked up the phone and
Oh, I had a big fight with her. I said, what have you written? She said, what have I written? कुछ मैंने गलत थोड़ी लिखा है. वो तो सिर्फ मैगजीन को सेल करना होता है. और तुमने बोला, मैंने बोला कि मैंने सुना है कि तुम गे हो. और तुमने साफ कर दिया कि नहीं, मैं गे नहीं हूँ. I'm not a homosexual. बोला ना, मैंने कहा हाँ, तो कहती वही तो लिखा. They have a way of, and then magazines, they copy Stardust, they copy all these cineblades.
It became tough for you to convince.
No, my
some
family
people in your
knows.
life.
Even my family, what am I concerned? I'm not inclined that way. But if somebody is, I have nothing.
No, but I'm saying in those
that
days,
doesn't
you
make
know.
me a good or a bad person. You know, Deepak Parashar is a human being. Recognize me for my work.
No, I'm asking you because in those days,
Yeah.
it was a,
Taboo.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was a, like, don't talk about this. It was like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of course, times have changed.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to ask you. Did you have a tough time to convince some people who were close to you?
No. Because nobody has brought this up with me except the media. All my relationships with all the women, with all my wife. I have a daughter, I have a wife, I have a mother, I'm a family man, you know, and I'm coming from a very strict army background, you know. So, it doesn't bother me. कोई कुछ भी लिखता रहे.
Did it affect your standing in the industry then, after that article?
नहीं.
With your co-stars, with your producers, with your directors?
नहीं,
Because, you know, people
some production houses, yes.
Yeah, again I'm saying in those days.
Yeah, some production houses, probably avoided me in their projects. You know, that's why I said I've been through so much. But family-wise, friends, relationships, nobody believes it because it's not true. They all know it.
You are a winner. You are a real hero.
Thank
and
you.
thank you so much for this conversation.
He's the one with the big boss.
Yes.